being paid for by the New World Order.
Oh, you didn't know?
You ready? Let's go!
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Feed me.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Big Daddy Cool Vinnie Apicella, and I'm here with you with yet another attack on your audiological senses known as the Sportswire. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, today is June 11th, 2015, Thursday, June 11th, 2015. To be more precise, it is about 2 o'clock Eastern Time in the afternoon. I'm here recording another podcast for you because, you know what, it's the only time I got to record one. But anyways, we got another great show lined up for you because, well, I'm here. But you know what I realized, folks out there? I listen to a lot of webcasts, or a lot of podcasts, I should say. Especially a lot of the former WWE wrestlers that have podcasts, and be it Jim Ross, Steve Austin, Chris Jericho. But you know what? I will say one thing. I will say that outside of Jericho, Austin, and Jim Ross, who by far are some of the greatest talkers in the business, you listen to Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Taz. What do they have? They have co-hosts, or producers, if you will. They have someone to go back and forth with. And I have to say that it was very odd to listen last week, week and a half ago, that Big Lou and I, rest in peace, Big Lou, did a great show together. And it really got me to thinking that that's what I need, is definitely someone to definitely someone to bounce off of. Oh my goodness, this is breaking news. They say that deaths happen in threes, and holy cow, Dusty Rhodes has passed away today at the age of 69. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But I apologize for getting sidetracked, but I was listening to our podcast last week, and even watching on YouTube. It is up on YouTube. And amazingly, it sounded great. I can't stress that enough. That having someone to bounce ideas off of, it just to talk to and converse with and have chemistry with, is rare. Even when I was doing the Sportswire originally, I had people that I was able to bounce ideas off of. Go back, if you watch some of the old Sportswires. I know that there's some on SWE-CT.com. By the way, before I get too sidetracked, I will let you know that our websites to visit is our SWE-CT.com, myfatcatradio.com, Facebook.com/SportswireCT, Facebook.com/FatCatRadioEnterprise. Let's see. There's for Twitter, Pinterest, SoundCloud, So many other ones out there. Foursquare, Instagram, it's at SWE Connecticut. Anytime you want to ask us a question, use the hashtag AskSportsWire. And on our next podcast, I will get back to you. Big shout out to another great Fat Cat Radio DJ, Twizm Whyte Piece. We are all part of hashtag Team Elite. We are keeping Fat Cat Radio going with the loss of our fearless leader, Big Lou, who passed away this past Saturday. The services, for those of you who are listening in the Connecticut area, will be on Friday, tomorrow, the 12th of June, at 11 a.m. in West Haven, Connecticut, St. Lawrence Church, to be followed by burial at St. Lawrence Cemetery in West Haven as well. I will be, no matter how weird it sounds, I will be recording it and videotaping it. For those of you who are part of Fat Cat Radio and close to Big Lou on Fat Cat Radio, I will be videotaping it and putting it up on YouTube as a private video. For those of you who want to be there, just hit me up. I will send you the link, and you'll see it in post-production. But anyway, so obviously that was sad news. The American Dream Dusty Rhodes passes away today, the 11th of June, at the age of 69 years old. Still too early. I didn't even realize he had been having health issues. But it's wrestling's a hard industry. Seems like we're just surrounded by death. This coming Saturday, there will be an autograph signing at M&J Video Games and Collectibles in Southington, Connecticut. It will be the Bob Backlund. Mr. Bob Backlund will be there. I'm not sure of the times. I believe it's 3 to 5 p.m. Also, this coming Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I will be at the New Britain High School, where there will be the fantasy charity basketball tournament between the fire department and the police department of New Britain. I will also be broadcasting live right here on Fat Cat Radio. Game time starts at 6, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to be playing a bunch of music, and quite honestly, I don't really care if it's mainstream music or not. I'm going to be bringing a lot of it just to entertain you. Come on down, get an autograph, say hi, support a great cause. And then later on in September, we'll also be at the Ride for Lexi 2015. That'll be also in New Britain. Definitely stay tuned for all of that, because we like to help out those who need help. We will be putting together a Big Lou benefit in the summer at some point. Keep your ears peeled for that. So we've got a lot going on this summer, a lot going on to help others, not just do nothing with the way we have to talk to you guys about it. So I hope you've been checking out other shows. I want to thank all the listeners out there for making our live podcast from last week the most listened to / downloaded podcast in Sportswire history. Definitely. It's been great. It was also the first and only time Big Lou was on the Sportswire. And, we also did a live simulcast YouTube video. We are supposed to be doing a live simulcast this coming Monday with Coach Mark Welch of the Connecticut Panthers semi-pro football team. That is still up in the air. With the loss of Big Lou, we don't know how long it might take to get things back on track. Just with different things, different finances and everything. So just keep your ears open, because I stick to Twitter. Follow us on Twitter or Facebook, and we'll keep letting you guys know what exactly is going on. Alright, so what's going on sports-wise? You see, this is the Sportswire, you would think I would know this stuff. Well, I do know. The NBA Finals is obviously it is at 2-1 right now. In favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and everybody's saying that LeBron James is the all-time best basketball NBA Finals player. He's averaging something like 41 points for each of the 3 games, something ridiculous, and he's got From what I heard on Mike and Mike this morning, he's got 123 points in 3 games, compared to the next highest highest player with the number of points would be one of his teammates with only 39. That's just unreal that LeBron James is outscoring his own team literally 40-1 or 40-2, something like that. It's just amazing to me. But it is what it is. Or I'm sorry, 40-10. That's what it would be. But it's just amazing to me how, other than LeBron James, everybody on the Cavaliers is passing the ball around and getting the opportunities, getting the scoring opportunities going. I would venture to say that the Golden State Warriors have fallen apart, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to end up taking it. And LeBron James, who was arguably the best basketball player in history, the comparisons are always out there with Michael Jordan, but you got to remember, you got to look at it this way. LeBron James has led not only the Miami Heat, but the Cleveland Cavaliers now to the world championship. And he did it without really big name players. Yeah, in Miami he had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, but they were both Dwayne Wade at least was on the decline of his career. He was hurt a lot. Chris Bosh was hurt a lot as well. And LeBron picked it up, regardless if you want to criticize him for not taking the clutch shot like Michael Jordan has so many times. You watch the videos of Jordan, doing that jumper, doing that the hook shot, slamming in whatever. Michael Jordan, I always likened Michael Jordan to Bret Hart. And the reason why I say that is, bear with me, Bret the Hitman Hart, who I never liked in wrestling, he is always self-promoting himself. He always, it started with the whole best there is, best there was, best there ever will be garbage, because he wasn't, in my opinion, the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. He's a great wrestler, give credit where credit is due, but no, he was never the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. First of all, the best there is changes with the era, and at the time Bret Hart was big, there were guys like Diesel and Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels that all three of them part of the Clique, ironically, but they were there. They were, in my opinion, even the Undertaker, they were better than Bret Hart. The best there was, arguably, is Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, if you want to talk about who did what for the business. And then the best there will be, John Cena has far surpassed Bret Hart, in my opinion, as the best there will be. And, Steve Austin, The Rock. So, you can't tell people that you're the best there is, was, and never will be if you can't back it up. In my opinion, Owen Hart was always the better Hart. And why did I get on this rant? Well, in my opinion, Michael Jordan was the same way. Michael Jordan always took the shot he needed to take. Now, Michael Jordan never went out and said he was the best there is, was, and never will be. But Michael Jordan took the shot for himself instead of getting it to someone else. Now, when you have 2 seconds left, yeah, you got to take the shot. Whereas LeBron James, if he doesn't feel he has a shot, he's not going to take the shot. He will pass it to somebody who has the shot and has it lined up and has a better probability of getting the shot to fall in for his team to win. That's why, in my opinion, LeBron James would be the best basketball player ever in the world, in the words of Chris Jericho. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And right now we're going to go to our first song. This is by our Fat Cat Radio friend and fellow DJ disc jockey. He and I are going forward with Fat Cat Radio after the loss of Big Lou. Here's Twizm Whyte Piece with Do You Remember, right here on the Sportswire.
This one's dedicated to the one I still remember. Do you? They say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Do you remember? All of the kisses that days come and go, the pain come and go, the memories of us that I just can't let go. The moment that we met, our eyes lined up, spine deep inside each other's souls. We both knew from the go we had to grab a hold of this train ride. It started like a roller coaster, now like a children's track. We moving slower, hollering and screaming, fighting and believing the best we had already achieved. I believe the moment that we accepted defeat came when we stopped fiending for each other, stopped being there for each other. But there is no other that I would have ever put before you. It's just that the proof I had for you wasn't the truth for you. Now I'm sitting here so shattered, feeling like a fool. Does it even matter? Do you remember? The kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember? All of the promises, the memories, have you forgotten all of them that easily? Too many opportunities to recover from the troubles we were dealt, but not enough energy or health to continue to fight the blows being thrown just below the belt. We use words to cut deep like a ginsu. With issues remaining, we never talked and or rearranged behaviors and or actions. I'm thinking back to when I was backtracking, being attacked by your friends, haters, and pretends. Who was there with a shoulder to lend? Who held your hand when the last man left you stranded? Who took you from misery to happiness by being the friend that made you mad at snowball fights in a snowstorm? Candles lit, formed in a heart with warm oil to start the massage, a collage of pictures, prayers uttered together, filled with wishes. Our best intentions never made it to reality. It's a sad reality, thinking of it really. Do you remember? All of the kisses, the hugs, the moments that we were totally intoxicated with love. Do you remember?
Alright, fitting song there by Twizm Whyte Piece, Do You Remember? I played that on my show quite a few times. I think I played it this past Monday as well. One of his better songs, that's Twizm Whyte Piece, one of our fellow DJs here at Fat Cat Radio, called Do You Remember? Fitting. This week has been wrought with death. No matter how much you want to look at it, how much you want to deny it, it really has been. And quite honestly, it has been wrought with death between this past Saturday and Big Lou passing away, our fearless leader, and also now I heard of an actor named Christopher Lee passing away. I don't even know what he's famous for. I see it on Facebook all the time. I honestly didn't look into it too much. But amazingly, I will say that and then today finding out about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, passing away. It's sad. It really. Here's the deal. It really makes you think that, and makes you realize that life is just too short. It's too freaking short. You really can't understand that until you feel like you've lost so much. And what am I saying? What am I getting at? Well, I'm really saying it this way. The fact of the matter is that life is just too short to worry about stupid things. I can tell you, I was talking about it last Monday. A lot of Christians out there, and we talked to Brody Ray Range, and I apologize in the tag, in the text, in the post, I put Brandon Ray, but I will say this, that we did, we had the great talk with Brady Ray, or is it Brady Ray or Brody Ray? I apologize, folks. My brain is sometimes shot, especially when there's so much going on. And so many people are sharing now with the American Dream passing away on Facebook. But the fact of the matter is this. Okay, I know I've been rambling the past 5 minutes, and you'll have to bear with me while I get everything together. And this is why I need a co-host to kind of keep me on track. So if anybody's out there listening and wants to be my co-host, let me know, because I'm definitely taking applications. And we had talked about this last Monday with Big Lou, and when he passed away on Saturday, it got me to thinking. Life's just too short to be worried about the small stuff. And I had shared this with Big Lou that, and I shared it with some friends that, I am a Christian, and I was baptized as a disciple of Christ back on October 30th, 2011. And while it's not my job to push my beliefs on you, it's not. But in the Bible, there's a lot of quotes and a lot of things to that says, you are your brother's keeper. Make sure that your friends, your brother and sister gets to heaven. Well, let me put it this way: if you're living your life on this earth and you're miserable because of society or because of somebody else trying to tell you what you should be or how you should be living, or certain things, how people want to get on their soapbox, well, you know what I say? Screw them. The same thing that Hulk Hogan said in 1996 when he first joined the NWO. You people can stick it, brother. Because, life's too short to be miserable. If you have that opportunity to fall in love, no matter who it's with, go for it. I say go for it. There have been a lot of posts on people saying that Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, are, is a hero. Well, and then people that are in the army or in the armed forces are not heroes, or they're not making mention of them as heroes. Well, the fact of the matter is, Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, is a hero, but not in the sense of the word hero as someone who fights for their country. They're the United States Armed Forces are bigger heroes than, in my opinion, Superman or Batman, because they're out there and they're putting the ultimate sacrifice on the line to keep us in this country free. Now, freedom has gotten us to very bad places, in my opinion, but they still fight every single day for our country, for the good old United States of America, to keep us free. They are true heroes. The people that are fighting with disabilities every day, or amputations, or, wounded warriors, they are heroes. The WWE superstars cannot compare to those fighters. The guys like Alex Rodriguez or Peyton Manning or Charles Barkley or anybody who's considered a role model are no hero compared to them. However, at the same time, when you're looking at people and their rights as humans, okay, that's where it gets a little sticky. That's where people say that Caitlyn Jenner is a hero, because he, whatever you want to call it, as far as I'm concerned, she had the operation. She's a she, and that's the reason why she's considered a hero, is because she didn't feel comfortable in her body as a male. And while I saw the pictures of her on Vanity Fair, I think that was severely photoshopped or airbrushed or whatever. But the fact of the matter is this: She went out and she did what she had to do to make herself feel good in her body for what she felt. And that's all there is to it. You know, all these people that are in the LGBT movement, you know, and you know, I really want to say that I'm not saying they're heroes for their choices in their lifestyle. They're heroes for coming out and saying, you know what, we don't care what you think about us. This is the way we're going to live our life because it's our choice. You know, it's my choice to be a Christian, to be a follower of Christ. It's my choice to whether I want to read the Bible and interpret the Bible word for word, or to have a different interpretation of the Bible that has the same basic fundamental beliefs, but evolve it for the 21st century. That again is my choice. Who I want to date is my choice. And that's, you know, that's what it comes down to, is that God gave us free will. God created us in His image. So that's why people say, oh, well, why did they make us flawed or whatever? First of all, God made you perfect. No matter... God made us all perfect. Okay? But some people just don't feel that way. And I would never say that God made a mistake. But there are some people that just feel more comfortable. And if they're going to choose to change their gender or their lifestyle, that's what they need to do. And while, you know, a diet and a gender reassignment are completely different, they're both lifestyle changes. You can choose to go out and eat fatty, fast food, deep fried Twinkies and all that kind of stuff, deep fried butter, and, you know, keep gaining weight. Or you could make the lifestyle choice and the lifestyle change to eat healthy vegetables, fruits, meats. You know, if you're born as a man and you feel uncomfortable in that situation, you make the change and become a woman. That's all you can say. You know, so that's where people say that she's a hero, but she's nowhere near the caliber of hero that the men and women in the armed forces are. So please make that distinction before you jump down people's throats. Regardless of how you feel about certain people's lifestyles, you have to judge yourself above all, because you have stuff in your background that, you know, that could be worse than anybody else around, and you're not dealing with it. Whatever's in my background, I'm dealing with. And I will gladly tell you what's in my background off the air. You know, and you guys will respect me for it. But that's my choice. You know, a lot of Christians feel that they can control things. Well, quite honestly, nobody can control anybody. God can only control. Actually, God and Satan, if you will. But God has the ultimate control and the ultimate judgment on the day of reckoning. So keep that in mind as you're struggling with how you view your lifestyle. Okay? That's my soapbox rant for the day. So I'm going to go to my next song. This is a great song. It's by Sekond SKyn. It's actually a cover. It's called Land Down Under. Cover an 80s song. I listened to it. It's pretty cool. So here's Sekond SKyn right here on the Sportswire with Land Down Under.
consequence. She said, oh, I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Did you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. You better run. Lying in a tent in Bombay, with a slack jaw, not much to say. I said to the man he tried to tempt me, because I come from the land of plenty. And she said, oh, I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Did you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. You better run, you better take cover. You better run, you better take cover. Oh, yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sekond SKyn with Land Down Under. Pretty awesome cover of an 80s song. 80s song originally by Men at Work. And that was Sekond SKyn with the cover of it. Pretty awesome. So check them out. Sekond SKyn, that's Sekond SKyn. Sekond SKyn here on the Sportswire. So, going back to what we were talking about previously, before the break. Right now, there's some controversy, which is awesome because I love controversy. Controversy going around about in the wrestling world regarding Joanie Laurer, formerly known as Chyna, and her apparent relationship mishaps with Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H, and Sean Waltman, also known as, well, X-Pac, 1, 2, 3 Kid, 6, go on and on. Apparently. Now, obviously, I'm not in their circle of friends, or else I would know more, and I'd probably be a lot richer. Apparently, Chyna is claiming that Triple H physically abused her or hit her or what have you at some point in their relationship. Triple H has come back with a statement from the WWE PR director saying it was false. It has been false, and for whatever reason, Chyna has her problems, or Ms. Laurer has her issues in the past, but that doesn't give her the right to make up stories. Now, every relationship goes through ups and downs, and arguments, and bumps, and what have you. But there's a big difference between, in my opinion at least, and this might cause people to... I want you to comment with the hashtag #SportsWire, or tweet at me at SWE Connecticut. Post on Facebook, facebook.com/SportsWireCT. There's a huge difference between actually physically hitting a woman and kind of pushing her away to get out of your face. Now, I'm not saying you have to push her like a 400-pound lineman, but just to kind of put your hand out and say, hey, step back. We got to take some time, chill, or whatever. Get out of the situation so it doesn't escalate. There's a huge difference. Now, I would say that you shouldn't put your hand on a woman in that kind of a manner anyways. We saw the whole thing with Ray Rice, and, but Chyna, she's a big woman. She's a big girl. As Jim Russell put it, she's a big old gal. And, you never know if she instigated it. Not that that's ever an excuse, but who knows how, if she did something first. So I wasn't there. I don't condone any kind of physicality or abuse towards women. I do not. The other thing is that Chyna came out and said that X-Pac, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, had raped her while they were together. Apparently that whole One Night in China porn deal was, China didn't know anything about it, or whatever the case was. First of all, if you ever saw it, you cannot unsee it. It's one of those things where you cannot unsee. I feel bad for you if you saw it. You constantly have to clean your eyes out with bleach. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is this. I wasn't there. I don't know. X-Pac is vehemently denying claim, calling her a BS'er, and that, quite honestly, she is making up stories, and even though she was victimized in her past, so apparently it doesn't give her the right to make up stories now. And, X-Pac apparently advocates for women who've been abused, and, he would never abuse a woman himself. It was on the Opie show on XM radio the other day or whatever, and he had called in to kind of fight these allegations. Well, quite honestly, I don't necessarily know. Obviously, I don't know what happened because I wasn't there. But what I can tell you is this: that first of all, these celebrities, a lot of stuff they do is for publicity. We know it. And China has been known to do a lot of stuff for publicity. Her with her, her porn deal and everything, which is why she's not going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Do I feel that's a little wrong? Yes, because I still feel like any other Hall of Fame, the WWE Hall of Fame should be used to represent what somebody did in the ring. What somebody did in their career in the ring. China revolutionized the female industry. She was part of that crop of divas with Trish Stratus and Lita and Mickie James that came in and just overtook everybody in the female wrestling world. For her to be a former Intercontinental Champion as a woman is fantastic. I feel she belongs in there. I understand why Triple H doesn't, why they don't put her in there, because whatever animosity, I can care less about the animosity. But if I have my 8-year-old son, my 9-year-old son Googling China, and no matter how bad that sounds, searching her on Google, let me say Bing. Well, even if I say he binged her, that's kind of bad too. But the fact of the matter is, if you search China, whether it be by Google, Bing, Yahoo, or anything, how about we go back to Ask Jeeves? If you look up any of those, you look up pictures, and you don't have your parental, safety net enabled, what are you going to see? You're going to see China naked in porn, and that's nothing. That's not what her career was for. So I understand that. Now that goes back to now, from what I've heard through the Gorilla Vine, that Tammy Sitch is looking to possibly get into the adult film industry. As of now, from what I've heard, I have not seen it, nor have I paid for it. She does private shows on Skype for a certain amount of money. So it's almost a catch-22 with the WWE. If Sonny ends up doing this, are you going to necessarily throw her out of the Hall of Fame? Hulk Hogan's sex tape, he hasn't been thrown out of the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, the WWE Hall of Fame is based around the one company. It's not voted on by the fans. It's not voted on by the media, per se. It's not voted on by, a group, a chair committee of people who are former athletes and whatever, to put these people in the Hall of Fame, which I think it should be. But the fact of the matter is, you have to be on good terms with Vince, and Vince has to be on good terms with you. That's why it took so long for the Ultimate Warrior and Bruno Sammartino and, the Macho Man Randy Savage to get into the Hall of Fame. The next one to work on is Owen Hart. The rumor mill is, Bret Hart and even David Boy Smith's widow, Diana Hart Smith, they both have said that Owen going into the Hall of Fame has nothing to do with the company, it's about the fans. In my opinion, Owen Hart was always the better Hart. He was a better wrestler, he was the better person on the mic, he wasn't self-promoting, and I feel that he deserves, above anybody, to be in the Hall of Fame, especially for his in-ring ability. Chris Benoit, because look at it this way. Owen Hart passed away in 99 from a freak accident. Eddie Guerrero passed away in 2005 from a drug overdose or complications of his drug use, whatever the case was. But the next year he was put in the Hall of Fame. And I don't think Eddie Guerrero ever deserved the Hall of Fame spot. So it is, unfortunately, is a business-wide move. So I urge you, if anybody has the ear of Martha Hart, just let her know that Owen Hart going to the Hall of Fame would be a great thing, because, you know, it's what's best for the fans, not what's best for her pocket or her wallet or you know, for her feelings and emotions, and that's all there is to it, unfortunately. Chris Benoit, I feel he should be in the Hall of Fame. Obvious reasons why he's not going into the Hall of Fame. But I do feel, if you look at his superb wrestling career on its own, you would have a great, you know, Hall of Fame career. You know, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You know, WCW Champion for a time. United States Champion. Intercontinental Champion. Tag Champions. He was a horseman. You know, so even if you don't want to include him individually, include him as part of the most elite faction in wrestling history, the Four Horsemen. You know, but I digress. You know, I will say this. When it comes to this whole debate about who should be going to the WWE Hall of Fame, this coming WrestleMania 32 is in Dallas. Okay, it's in Dallas, Texas. It is at the home at AT&T Stadium. Okay, it's at the home of where World Class Championship Wrestling was. And if you already got the Freebirds, I'm sorry, I just screwed up the whole thing. You already got the Von Erichs in the Hall of Fame. It's time to put the Freebirds in. I want to say Michael PSA is going into the Hall of Fame. Should be a lock this year. Him and the Fabulous Freebirds. Buddy Rogers, Jimmy Jam Garvin, and who was the other one? I can't remember the third Freebird. Yeah, I can't remember him. But, you know, they deserve to be in there. And Michael Hayes has been working. I'm surprised Hayes isn't in there already. But, you know, and when I think of the Freebirds, I don't think of the World Class days, because I never watched World Class up until I became older, but I never really understood the Freebirds, those Freebird rules. So my thought of the Freebirds is Michael P.S. Hayes and Jimmy Jam Garvin, not Michael Hayes and, you know, Buddy Rogers and somebody else. It's Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin. So you got to kind of include all four of them in the Hall of Fame induction. Unless you just do, it should be Hayes and Garvin, because they're the most recognized Freebirds, in my opinion, at least from the northern perspective. You know, that didn't watch World Class on a normal level. All right, we're going to get to our next song. This actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Normally, I don't like to play anything that's really already published or what have you, but I'm going to cheat a little bit right now. J-Deuce, our good buddy, put together a song. He did almost a rap version. WWE's Apex Predator Randy Orton has a theme song by Rev Theory called Voices. J-Deuce rapped over, you know, the voice, the song, over the beat, the audio of it, and I'm going to play that. I'm going to see how you folks like it. I think I might have played it before, but here's J-Deuce with These Voices, a cover of the Apex Predator Randy Orton, WWE's theme song. Here's These Voices by J-Deuce, right here on the Sportswire.
I hear voices in my head, they count for me, they understand, they talk to me. Satanic voices grab my attention, they haunt in my mind. It's like a vortex of a dimension I just deadly slide into. It's official, spiritual realms exist. It's as real as pain when someone punches you with his fist. Don't think ignorance is bliss. It's not a Matrix movie. It doesn't include a Neo-dude who's fast moving and looting. It doesn't end with resolutions but starts with revelations. These words come into life as my eyes dazing and my mind goes crazy on medication lately. Doctors is telling me I need to take it heavily, but I'd rather rely on these real words for longevity. Jump out the pace and call on narrow path.
I choose to walk it. While these voices tell me about a path bigger than Milwaukee. When I glance at it, it gets darker. We're walking the glory road seems a lot farther. Listen, you hear that? Death is calling. Surprised by it, I look back to see his flaming eyes. So I'm sick of this evil presence and the way it holds me. It tempts me to blaspheme against everything that's holy. I pray in moments like this and I feel like God just ignores me as these demons creep. I feel him coming for me. As these demons creep, I feel him coming for me.
Choosing your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior. Hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying. I see heroes dying. I taste blood that's trying. I feel tension rising. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. They talk to me. They tell me things that I will do. They show me things I'm to you. They talk to me. They talk to me. They talk to me.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was J-Deuce with a version of Voices, the Apex Predator Randy Orton's theme song. And, wow. It's good. If you ever have any feedback, J-Deuce is on Facebook. You can look him up. Let him know. Let him know what you think about his music. All these bands, they have a Facebook contact. All these people. Twizm Whyte Piece. Obviously, you can find them on Sportswire's page. You can also find Sekond SKyn. I don't know who their contact is. That's going to take some work. Big Lou put me onto them, so I got to find out who their contact is on Facebook or their official Facebook page. J-Deuce is obviously on Facebook. AJ Jansen, who I've been playing non-stop every week for the past, however long. She is actually a friend of mine on Facebook. You could definitely check her out, AJ Jansen. Dixie Still, I have to get a contact for him as well. Dean Wild is on Facebook as well. You can find her. She's part of hashtag Team Elite as well as Twizm Whyte Pieces. So you can definitely follow all these great indie bands, indie artists. Big congratulations goes out to Twizm Whyte Piece getting signed by Red Bull Records. And, just a great thing for him. And, so, it is what it is. Alright. Alright, so, let's see. What else we got going on here today? We already went over some stuff. Yankees. New York Yankees. My favorite baseball team. The New York baseball Yankees are in first place in the American League East. They just put their closer, Andrew, whatever his name is. I can't even think of his last name, drawing a blank right now. He's on a DL, so Dylan Betances will be taking over as a closer for right now. As their current closer recuperates, but they just had their 7-game winning streak snapped by Washington of all teams, and they're up on top of the East. I believe 2.5 games, and it's still early. It's June, but it's getting to be All-Star break time, and that's when the races really heat up. But it doesn't look like the Yankees really have too much competition in the East other than Tampa. Boston is nothing. They're garbage as normal. Baltimore doesn't look like they have that great of a team going, and Toronto's in the gutter as well. So, it is what it is, brother. Some more potpourri stuff here is, let's see. I'm trying to think. Again, we want to send out our condolences from the SWE family and everybody, Fat Cat Radio. condolences on the loss of the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes, a.k.a. Virgil Runnels, passed away today, June 11, 2015, at the age of 69. All these legends are going to end up passing away soon. I'm surprised that Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan are still kicking. Not that I wish death on them, don't get me wrong, but it's still, they have outlasted, even Bruno Sammartino, they have outlasted the normal age of wrestlers passing away. But then again, you look at women like Fabulous Moolah Mae Young, who, 70s, 80s, and Mae Young, I think, hit 90 and wrestled in like 9 consecutive decades. Either 9 consecutive, 10 consecutive, I don't remember. But what I will say is this. We're going to go to another song. That's right, we're going to go to another song. Here's an artist I've been talking about for a while. AJ Jansen. Here's Dirty Country right here on the Sportswire. AJ Jansen with Dirty Country.
On the banks of a bayou, on a well-beaten path, and the songs of the Southland coming on full blast. Gonna take on the night, we'll be early morning light. Gonna stay out till the cows come home. Give me some low down, hold down, buck kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Shaking love, making heartbreaking motorists until getting kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. About the time I turned 18, I was down in New Orleans, making nice with all the locals in this town. Spoke to me, and I knew I had to be the luckiest girl in this country bluesy crowd. Give me some low down, hold down, ball kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking motorists until getting kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking motorists until getting kind of trash. Give me something real, oh, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some low down, hold down, ass kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking motorists until getting kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some dirty country. Give me some D-I-R-T-Y country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was AJ Jansen with Dirty Country, right here. Well, not live, but right here on the Sportswire. As you know, if you're just tuning in, well, we're not live, so you can't just tune in. But if you want to, if you're just listening or just starting to pay attention, if you will, If you're just listening to pay attention, we've been talking about a whole bunch of stuff today, because a lot of stuff has been going on, if you will. Because, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. I'm trying to find out if I have a certain song or not. Well, anyways, as I was saying, we've had a pretty good show going on. There we go. And we've been talking about a lot of different things here because, well, first of all, tomorrow is the funeral. Tomorrow being Friday the 12th is the funeral for Big Lou. He will be officially laid to rest. I will be video recording it, no matter how weird that sounds. I will be video recording the funeral. I'll be editing it, putting it up on a private link on YouTube. So if anybody out there wants to be a part, send condolences, and see it. I know our Fat Cat Radio family who can't make it because they live in different areas of the country will be watching it, and will be able to at least participate that way. So, it is what it is. And, that's what it boils down to. I will say that, also we found out that, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, passed away, at the age of 69 today on the 11th of June. 69 years old, Dusty Rhodes, a.k.a. also known as Virgil Runnels, the father of Cody Rhodes and Goldust. I hadn't heard anything about his health declining or anything, so that comes as a shocker. We talked about the freedom of expression of your life, freedom of choice, and choosing the way you want to live your life. We spoke about that. That kind of puts some people at odds with each other, to have that kind of outlook on life, especially if you're in certain faiths, certain Christian churches. But you know what? As far as I look at it, teach his own, man. You can't force somebody to live a certain way if they don't feel comfortable doing that. No matter, you could love someone, and that's the way it should be. You love people, you should love them, but you can't force them to see things from your point of view, from your perspective. Now, obviously, having an outlet like a podcast, I could really persuade people, but that might not be the best way to do things. But it's like you look at just everything in general in society, and evolution has taken place. Now, granted, not all of evolution is good, but America, Europe, the world has evolved to a place now where churches, whether it be Catholic, Christian, Orthodox, whatever, they don't hold as much weight as they used to. Back in the 1700s, people were scared of the church, or people were, scared about doing things against the Bible, against the wrong things. But then people came along and just started saying, I'm going to live my life the way I want to. Is that necessarily a good thing? No, not really. But at the same time, it's just everything in general about you end up alienating people if you're choosing not to evolve your life and not to evolve your thinking process. It alienates people, and some people either don't want to have anything to do with you if you're always quoting scripture and taking the Bible word for word and literal. People are going to alienate themselves and start separating themselves from you because of that, and that's never ever the best way to do things, because especially with God, with Jesus giving his disciples, which in turn are us, go make disciples of all nations. Well, not all nations, not all people want to become disciples. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to love them, because you have to make the choice and the decision in your heart to love people no matter how different they are from you. Whether because of racism or sexism or I don't want to say homophobia, but the idea, you know, of not liking homosexuality or transgenderism or bisexuality or whatever the case may be, you have to learn to love people, because it's the people. You know, like, I can't say that. I saw it the USA Today. Today's edition of the USA Today. That's a little less awkward. That, you know, I saw one of the side headlines and it talked about gays. Well, okay. Here's the deal. I don't like calling a certain segment of the populace by a name, like gays or blacks, or, you know, it's like you see the physical traits. And you see people that announce how, you know, their sexual preferences. Why can't you just say people? Why do you have to, you know, segment a certain demographic of people? Well, you know, it's a lot easier to say, you know, gays rather than, you know, people who prefer the same sex. Or so. In your mindset, you have to put the people first. It's like we say in the customer service industry, they're not disabled people. They are people with disabilities. You got to put the people first, because the people are still God's children. We are all part of one great big family, and love is all we need. Yes, I'm quoting "We Are the World," but you know, it's the truth. That's what we need. We need love. And, you know, and humor. We need love. We need laughter. You know, it's like they say in that saying, live, laugh, love. You need all that. You know, if you're going to live, you need laughter, you need love. And here's a couple of things. Here's one song that I'm going to play purely for laughter. This came out. It's on a WWE CD called WrestleMania the Album. We've been surrounded by death here on the Sportswire for the past week. So I thought it'd be fitting. I'm going to play a song. It's actually by The Undertaker with, I think Paul Bearer shows up in the video, but I'm not sure if he's actually in the song. But it's by The Undertaker. It's called The Man in Black. So here it is right here on the Sportswire. I know this is going to, you know, I'm not worried about monetary or stuff. And the copyright, it is owned by the WWE. I don't own it. I'm not trying to make money off of it. So here we go. Here's the Man in Black by The Undertaker right here on the Sportswire.
The Man in Black has got a tombstone just for you. Dance with the Taker. Rest in peace. The most powerful entity in the World Wrestling Federation. Slam Jam Death. Slam The devil in black, the Undertaker, the man in black. Rest in peace.
All right, the last line of the song, "Rest in Peace." You know, the Undertaker. That's his favorite gimmick, if you will. And you know, that's what we say right now to not only Big Lou, who we've been mourning for the past week, but also for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I'm sorry for laughing, folks. I'm looking through my Facebook feed, and yeah, I'm looking through my Facebook feed, and I'm just seeing so many funny posts, just pictures that you know, I just find hilarious. But it's not a laughing matter when somebody passes away, especially somebody close to you. Big Lou was that, and I cannot understand why he was taken so young. But and I know Monday's show was the tribute to him, but it's still, he's still in limbo, so to speak. He hasn't been buried yet until tomorrow. But I feel it necessary just to keep saying thank you for, thank you to him. I know he's watching over all of us here at Fat Cat Radio, and his wife as well. His family, his friends. We were all family to him. Whether we met him in person, I met him in person twice. And, that's it. I mean, really, we talked on the phone, we texted, but we were really actually hung out just twice. The first meeting we had was at Dunkin' Donuts in West Haven, thinking that was midway point for us so that we could meet and discuss about this venture of Fat Cat Radio and bringing the Sportswire over there, thinking it was in the midpoint of us. He lives in Ansonia, I live in New Britain, so West Haven is just way the heck out of the way. And that was quite funny to see, because just to have, I was down in the area dropping on my son. My son lives in East Haven, but so West Haven was close for me. But it was funny just how Ansonia, New Britain, it's actually probably quicker if we meet in Waterbury, or Meriden, or Wallingford or something. But whatever the case may be. He was a great friend, great brother. I really came to really get to know him, and like I said, we hung out last Monday. We did the great podcast. We had tremendous chemistry, and he was ripped out from all of our lives less than a week later. But I am looking for a co-host for the Sportswire. If you're interested, please email me, sportswire@swe-ct.com, and everybody will be given a tryout on the air. It actually, with the technology the way it is nowadays, you don't have to live in Connecticut. I would like to be able to get to know and hang out and stuff. That would be cool. But we've got Uber, which is the phone conference call system that we can utilize. So that's how they actually run the Cool Kids Table. The Cool Kids Table is another show here on Fat Cat Radio. And there were times Big Lou would literally just sit back and let them do what they got to do, and he's got the computer with the phone call right there, which means you got the power to cut them all off too. But it's like you don't have to be in Connecticut, you don't have to be in the United States. If you're over in Europe, yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now, which will probably end up being 1 o'clock in the morning over there. But hey, if you're that dedicated, you want to do it for free, because we're getting paid right now, that's cool. But I am looking for a co-host, somebody that I have chemistry with, somebody who I could bounce ideas off of. So, we shall see what it's all about. Another person we are mourning is, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
American Dream. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for the man. Hey, he's American dream. Hey, he's American dream. If you're black or white, redneck, funky, that's alright. Blue-eyed with a lot of soul, common man has got his gold. Hey, he's American dream. Hey, he's American dream.
Alright, that's right, folks. American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, passed away at the age of 69 today. So our prayers and thoughts are with his family. Obviously, Dustin and Cody, and they have another son too. And their whole family and friends, and it is what it is. But it's just sad to see all these WWE. To see somebody who you grew up watching. He had great feuds with Ric Flair. The Horseman. Of course, when he came to the WWE, he was humbled by Vince putting him in polka dots. And, that was his WWE theme song. But he is a Hall of Famer. A great man. According to Dustin, not the greatest father. But, of course, in that era, in that day, they were on the road 300 and some days a year. So you really couldn't have a family if you wanted to support your family, if you will. Dusty Rhodes passing away at the age of 69. Like I said, we've been wrought with death. This coming Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., New Britain High School, I believe it is. The charity basketball tournament of the New Britain Cops versus the New Britain Fire Department. Sportswire will be there broadcasting live here on Fat Cat Radio from the facility. We'll be playing a ton of music. We'll be broadcasting some great basketball. It's not about money. It's about raising money, but it's not about making money for us. It's all about giving back to the community, which is a big thing here for Fat Cat Radio, for the Sportswire. But it's been a great podcast. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you for making us in my opinion, one of the greatest podcasts on iTunes. I know I don't rank up there yet with Roddy Piper and Jericho and Austin, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So definitely go over to iTunes, subscribe to the Sportswire Podcast, and you don't have to worry about going to Spreaker or anything. It comes right to your iOS device, be it a Mac or an iPod or an iPad or an iPhone. It comes directly to you. When you see that little red one that pop up in the corner, that means another Sportswire has been posted. So definitely, it's a lot easier for you if you forget to listen. Definitely visit our web pages, www.swe-ct.com, as well as www.myfatcatradio.com. Check out Facebook. Like us all on Facebook, facebook.com/SportswireCT, facebook.com/FatCatRadioEnterprise, Twitter, Pinterest, SoundCloud, Tumblr, Foursquare, Instagram. That's all SWE Connecticut. Oh, we actually forgot about one thing. I'll get to that right after this. On YouTube and Google Plus are Sportswire SWE. We actually forgot about the Weird Law of the Week, or Weird Law of the Show. Okay, so this time we're in the state of Washington. Here we go. The harassing of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or other undiscovered subspecies is a felony punishable by fine and or imprisonment. Well, if they're undiscovered, how do you know that you're harassing them? Okay. It is illegal to attach a vending machine to a utility pole without prior consent from the utility company. Well, that seems reasonable. And I'm assuming it's not a food vending machine, it's a newspaper vending machine. No person may walk about in public if he or she has the common cold. It is illegal to entice girls away from the Maple Lane School for Girls. X-rays may not be used to fit shoes. Who would ever use an X-ray to fit shoes? One may not spit on a bus. You cannot buy meat of any kind on a Sunday. All lollipops are banned. Here's one. This is probably one that would be on one of those stupid criminal shows. A law to reduce crime states it is mandatory for a motorist with criminal intentions to stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police as he is entering the town. So calling ahead 911. What's your emergency? I'm about ready to. I have criminal intentions. I'm at the city limits, and this is what I'm going to do. Try to catch me, copper. That is just hilarious. It is illegal to paint polka dots on the American flag. I don't understand why. Well, that's fitting with Dusty Rhodes, but I don't understand necessarily why people are trying to do that. It is illegal to pretend that one's parents are rich. And here's one. You are not allowed to breastfeed in public. That was repealed in 2001. In Bellingham, Washington, single-use plastic carry-out bags are prohibited. In Bremerton, Washington, you may not shuck peanuts on the street, which that's actually false because you can. In Everett, it is illegal to display a hypnotized or allegedly hypnotized person in a store window. That's what a mannequin is for. Here we go. In Linden, dancing and drinking may not occur in the same establishment. Okay, that's actually similar to what Connecticut does when it comes to strip clubs. They don't allow alcohol if there's full nudity. If it's topless, they do. But if it's and I'm just saying this from what I've heard. If it's topless, you can serve alcohol. If it's fully nude, you cannot serve alcohol. I don't know what the difference is unless somebody's trying to open a bottle in the wrong place, which might hurt. But that's neither here nor there. Boy, that might get some heat just by saying that. But anyways, all right. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I did. This is the Sports Wire. Again, condolences out to the family of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Passed away today. Actually, I got the news right when I started the episode. Passed away today at the age of 69. So have a great week, guys. We'll see you on Monday. I don't know if it'll be live yet. Just stay tuned to Facebook. All right. Have a great day.